Hey everybody, it's Tyler from Valve News Network. How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode of Letting Off Steam. Today is a very special episode because we are joined with the development team, specifically the most handsome members of the development team for the Left 4 Dead 2 update, The Last Stand, itself being the first major update for Left 4 Dead 2 in nearly a decade. And the story in which this actually came about, the story in which Valve reached their hands out into the community and actually allowed a talented group of fans, of individuals, to be able to create something for the game that they love so much, is something that we hope will reoccur in the future. So we are sitting here talking to the development team, specifically the most handsome members of it. And if you guys could just go around the room and introduce yourself, that would be great. Starting with Jace.
Well, fuck, I'll start.
Starting with Jace.
Shit, damn it. No.
Go ahead, Splinks. You can have the first word.
No, you're the face. You're the most handsome.
All right. Ah, yes, indeed. Well, hi everyone. I am Jace. I am basically the team's PR guy. I try to represent us and interact with the community. I helped a bit around the team with QA and mapping, and yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you all.
Well,
Next
I am...
is Splinks. Go ahead. Splinks! Splinks!
Sweet. Okay, so I'm Splinks. I'm the modder. Essentially, I represent the whole modding team. I'm also the owner of Dead for Mods, and just happy to be here, to be quite frank.
Hell
I have no
yeah.
idea what the hell I'm going to say, but hey.
Hey, it's cool. All right. Next, we're going to introduce Roku.
Hello, I'm Roku, one of the mappers of the team, and I actually don't know how I ended here, but well, I'm happy,
Okay.
and we will try to respond to the questions here. You are aware that my English is not the best. I know it's a cliche, the Latin guy saying, "Oh, sorry for my bad English," but well.
It's fine. We still love you.
Okay,
and
nice.
I don't know how to pronounce this name because it's a bunch of squiggles and shit. So what's your name?
Skyheart.
It's what?
Skyheart.
Skyheart, how are you doing? Who are you?
I am the QA manager for the team, all facets of the update. I was also basically the lead of the entire survival map development for all 26 maps, plus fixes for existing maps.
Hell yeah, dude. 26. That's a lot of maps.
Yeah, Jai's brought me on board because my history in the survival community, I actually own the groups that keep track of like records and stuff.
What do you mean by records? What does that mean?
Like, the survival community has some Steam groups where we track the highest records achieved without glitches and things
Okay.
through legitimate gameplay, and I'm the owner of both the Left 4 Dead Gold Miners and the Left 4 Dead Top 10s group.
So we have a lot of Left 4 Dead fans here, huh?
You better. Someone shout.
I only
God's
have
sakes.
10,000 hours in both games. Don't judge me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check right now. How many hours do I have in Left 4 Dead? I only have 14.3 hours. So obviously I'm on that level.
I'm about like 2,000 online. I have no idea how much offline. And then I had a pirated copy for the longest time. And I have no idea how
Let's
many
not
hours
incriminate
I have
anybody.
Okay, before people get pissed off at me, I interned at Valve, first of all.
Oh, you
Second,
did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I'm actually in the logs, like 2013 and all of them. I was the one that got the beta survivors out and brought that in.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay,
got the-
lots of questions then, but sorry, go ahead.
But anyway, yeah. They already know I pirated the game. Yes, I already got a browbeat and lectured heavily by Chet Felicek himself.
Did you
But-
really?
Oh yeah, he looked at me with a stank eye. He's like, "You better buy the game." I was like,
That's hilarious. Okay, so we're going to start with what is likely the most requested question. Probably the most asked question to me I've ever had in my entire career, next to did you make up Half-Life Alyx? And that is Xbox 360?
No.
I know.
No.
I keep telling. So okay, the Last Stand update is an official update being pushed through Steam, and people that don't know any better would likely just think that this is a Valve piece of content, right? Like it's being distributed and advertised as an official piece of content, almost like an expansion pack to Left 4 Dead 2 with the amount of things that are being shipped. However, a large amount of people have been asking, and I don't know if you guys are getting the same amount of questions that I am, but like my DMs, my DMs on
We
Twitter,
definitely are.
my DMs on Twitter, my email, my DMs on Discord daily, I get at least, I'll say 15 to 20 different people asking me if it's going to be shipping on the Xbox. And when I say no, a lot of people get angry. In fact, they think that it should be supported on Xbox because Left 4 Dead 2 is backwards compatible on Xbox One. So, can we get like an end-all, be-all statement on the Xbox?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it, Jace, or you want me to say it?
You know what? I'll let you have the honest blinks.
Okay, so
Let's keep it civil.
essentially-
Let's keep it civil.
Okay. Apparently,
Put the pitchforks away.
what Carrie and Rayman has explained,
Yeah.
they have a very limited like cloud storage for their updates,
Mm.
and definitely with the older console, they won't allow to update it unless it's like in a form of DLC. But then you have to pay additional royalties and other crap. Tripwire also went through something like this with Killing Floor 2 with their cosmetic system.
Mhm.
They didn't want to put it in like a paywall, so to get around the payments and actually putting it as a patch, they got through and just put it in the cloud storage. But they also said they couldn't add any more cosmetics in the console releases because they flew out their cloud storage. And the same issues kind of happening with Left 4 Dead. So you could thank Coldstream for taking up all that cloud storage and not letting us have it. So there you go.
There you go. But to also answer the question, no, it also doesn't mean that sometime in the future this will ship. It's can we definitively say that this will never come to the Xbox?
This. You want to say something?
Well, we honestly can't. That would be a question more for Carrie and Rayman, since they have better understanding on the limitations of Valve, but I can't say.
Do you think it's a likely occurrence?
To be honest, with Valve's track record, well, you've seen Counter-Strike.
Yeah. You've seen TF2. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I feel so sorry for that community. My heart
Like-
goes out for you.
Like, I don't mean any disrespect for players that don't have a system that is capable of handling Left 4 Dead 2's game on the PC. I understand that there are circumstances in which you want to be able to experience this game, and you just can't. However, there are limitations to the developer as well, and as what Slinks essentially just said was, unless they want to charge for it and also take a hit in royalties, it's just not going to happen. And it's a problem that Valve themselves ran into when it came to Left 4 Dead DLC like a decade ago, where updates were free on the PC, but you had to pay for them on the 360. That was a major problem back in the day. However, with that question out of the way, I apologize to 360 and PS3 players.
But there's hope. You can get a JTAG and patch that shit in.
We do not condone anything illegal here on Valve News Network. So anyways, the first major question that I want to talk about, topic at least, is how the hell did this happen? Can someone walk me through, it doesn't have to be like incredibly detailed, but walk me through the timeline of the Last Stand updates development.
It's actually like 3 different stories, believe it or not.
How so?
But well, it all starts with, okay, I'm going to give a shout out to Rayman. Rayman, if you're listening to this, thank you very much for reaching out to Dead for Mods and the modding teams.
Can you give an explanation who Rayman is, please?
Rayman is the moderator for all of Steam. Well, not all of Steam, but all of Left 4 Dead's like community Steam HUD. And he moderates that entire team but he also has a very close connection with Valve staff. Like, I know a bit of Valve staff, but he's far closer than I am. And he was talking to Carrie and trying to get like this idea out. He's like, man, we would really like to make these hot fixes and incorporate some new ideas. And I can't speak for the survival team. I'll let Jace tell that story. But he reached out to myself, Lieutenant Rocky, and Salad at the time, which we were working on like animation fixes, overhauling the original guns, and adding all these like fixes through mods. But of course, we don't have like full access to the game's code and incorporating new mechanics. So he reached out to us. He's like, hey, I'm talking to some Valve staff about incorporating an update. Would you guys like to be involved? He's like, yeah, that'd be great. We have like a series of these little mods and hot fixes. And it started from there, and we were just making a collection. And then eventually we got invited to this group, and there was about 20 more people in there. I'm like, okay, who are all these people? And why are they stepping on our turf? And that's how I met Jay, Skyheart, Roku, and everyone else.
Sure.
Yeah. And I think Jace can talk about the other stories in relation.
Yeah, on the survival side of things, basically Rayman got in touch with me in October, around the end of October last year, upon Tsui's request. He's one of the scripters in our team. Basically, Rayman was asking around a couple a couple of people who have survival experience, like who know the game mode, know the issues and all that kind of stuff. And Tsui suggested me because, well, as Skynet mentions, I'm part of the Top 10's group. I'm an admin there. I help track the records and do all those things. And Rayman approached me and said, hey, Jace, would you like to help me out with a project? I was like, sure, I'm always down to help. And then he hit me basically with a frying pan to the face by saying, yep, this is going to be an official L4D2 update. My reaction was something like this. Holy shit, what? And yeah, he basically told me, what I want to do, this is already all sanctioned by Valve. I want to bring the missing Left 4 Dead 1 survival maps, the ones from Dead Air, Blood Harvest that never got ported over to Left 4 Dead 2. And he wanted me to QA test them, like play them, find issues, mess around with the item placements and all those kind of things. I did that for like a week or two, where I thought, damn, this is kind of difficult, like testing all this on my own. I should get some other people on board. So I brought my fellow co-admin Skyheart, who is also here with us now, Vespertine and Resist, who are also two other admins from the Top 10's group on board. And we started working on it more thoroughly, doing full team testing, like all four of us, trying out different strategies, seeing what breaks, what issues come up. And we just continued fixing the map a bit more efficiently. After a while, we brought on a few more QA testers, and we hit the limit for Discord's chat, because you can only have 10 people in a Discord group chat. So I figured, hey, let's make a Discord server. I made that, gave Rayman and the others admin permissions, and Rayman brought in these weird individuals who we now know as Splinks and Lieutenant Rocky and all the others. And
you love me.
I can't deny it. And that's when we found out, oh, hey, this is more than just survival maps. I thought this was just survival maps. And yeah, from there on, we just started working together, brought on more people as the demand arose, and continued working together.
So when did this all start?
October. Splinks, do you remember the exact day?
The exact date? Oh, bloody hell no. I think it was in October. Your memory serves you correctly on that. But if I had to guess, okay, let's just say the 7th. There.
October, so about a year ago. We can say about a year ago. Is what
11 months a year ago.
Okay. At what point... So you were told up front, you weren't told up front this is an official Left 4 Dead 2 update. You agreed to do it before you were told, hey, this is an official piece of content. However, it seems as if as time moved forward, the scope of the project kind of continued to grow. And I can say that from the outside perspective that some weird stuff was going on with Left 4 Dead 2, like the back-end branch consistently got updated, and then Valve opened a whole bunch of official servers running a different version of the game. And then maps that we didn't know the names of started appearing. And from the outside, it was very exciting because even though we didn't know that it was helmed almost entirely by the community, which is even better, by the way, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But it's a whole update. A lot of people were like, "Oh, it might just be they're porting the Last Stand map alone. Maybe it's just maybe they're testing some security exploits from HackerOne or something." But no, it's not only a major update, but I'm comfortable calling it an expansion with just the sheer amount of stuff that this is bringing to the game. Can you guys speak a bit of what, in your own personal opinion, are your favorite changes being, like, just go around the room. What are your favorite things being added in the Last Stand update?
Oh God,
It's a good
so
question.
many. Like, I just like shit being fixed because I always had a lot of inside jokes with the animations, with like fingers breaking and things like that. But I do enjoy having my shovel and like the pitchfork added, just because it's a blood and a postal reference now officially canon in Left 4 Dead. So if anyone wondered why we have a pitchfork and a shovel, there you go. Postal and blood. Play those games. Highly recommend.
Caleb. I can be Caleb.
Yes.
You mean you didn't like your survivors just pulling a Peter Griffin faceplant instead of actually falling down?
Well, it had its moments. But no, I'm glad it's gone.
Yeah.
But
Splink's favorite thing is the melee weapons. Skyheart, what are your favorite things in the update?
Ooh, well, obviously the massive amount of new survival maps, which is probably a bit of bias there because of the absolutely insane amount of work I put into those. But also just, I think I would agree about a lot of the animation stuff they did. Splinks, I love you. And as
that's salad. Like, I just had the source file.
I love your whole team, okay? I love your whole team, okay?
Okay.
But also just a lot of bug fixes and exploit fixes that were introduced with this too. Like, there's a lot of things that were very prevalent problems that plagued the survival community, especially, as well as other game modes too, that are being fixed, that I'm just so glad, because the game's going to be so much better with them fixed.
Hell yeah. Roku, what's your favorite?
You're a bit quiet, Roku.
Yeah. Let me turn you up. Roku?
Sorry. I'm here. Sorry.
Hello.
A little problem. What was the last question?
What was your favorite thing added in the Last Stand update?
Oh no, I misunderstood. My favorite thing.
Yep.
It's really hard because I'm a kind of player that enjoy different things. You got versus players, survival players, and I feel really happy with everything. But maybe as a mapper, I could say the new campaign. It was a nice opportunity to get something official in the game, aside from my maps in the workshop and all the stuff.
Okay.
And also it was fun and crazy to work with people like If, the guy who did the remix, Dark Carnival.
Yeah. Okay.
And about the story, that was really funny too. Like Jace was telling, he just invited me, and it was like, you can help me with a little project. Well, yeah, I'm not doing anything. Okay. And he only threw me in the Discord, and you can imagine seeing all famous people in a single chat, and it was what the hell I'm doing here?
Yeah, I mean that must
So-
have been a good moment though, like a fun time. Hell
So,
yeah.
well, basically, my favorite thing is the new campaign.
New campaign, and then Jace, did you
Oh, yeah, that's
answer?
great.
Well, I'm kind of like Roku. I love all the new content, the campaign, the survival maps, the achievements, the
Sure,
bug
sure, sure,
fixes, everything. But the thing I love the most is actually not related to the content of the updates. I loved telling people that I want to bring them in on a project, and when they agreed, telling them that this is an official update. Just seeing their reactions was so awesome, so wholesome. That was definitely my favorite thing about the entire update. Just seeing people like light up, like, "Oh my god, I can be part of an official update." You're joking? Wait, really? It's beautiful seeing people get that excited.
It
I
really
changed
is.
my mind.
Dude, I
Left
still
4 Dead
remember
Comet
when you
infected. Best thing. So happy they're back.
Man, this is gonna be such a fun update to get really get to playing. Is the content done? Like, would you say it's pretty much done right now?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I still think the Counter-Strike weapons, since they were incorporated... Okay, Carrie wanted these. He asked for one thing. He's like, may I have one thing that I would want? And he's like, sure. And we all went, sure. And it was the Counter-Strike weapons. The thing is, that happened towards the very end. So before people criticize us on why are these janky guns in here and we didn't put much polish, we only had a
Okay.
week.
All right.
We did our best. We did our
You're
best.
talking yourself down. Now, for those that are unaware, they're referring to a person named Carrie. Carrie is Carrie Davis of Valve Software, someone who has been working at Valve since 2004. Famously gave a talk at DigiPen last year about doors in virtual reality, and that kind of exploded into its own little meme. But, so what they're saying here is the Counter-Strike source weapons, like the SG-552, the Scout, the Knife, those were requested fairly late in development, as you're saying, and those were requested officially by a Valve employee. That's pretty nuts. Carrie Davis is one of my favorite people that work at Valve.
He's amazing.
However, from your own perspective, how much are you really interacting with Carrie or anybody else from Valve? And how much of direction did they really give to the development team throughout development?
I was about to say they really didn't butt in. That's more for the management team to answer, but from my understanding, he pretty much just wanted to ask us what we were doing, and he would give us updates. He's like, okay, well, I incorporated this, I looked into this, and he would fix it coding wise and on the end of where we couldn't access any of the scripts and the actual game code.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that Carrie, if you're listening, thank you for this. He reached out and found the person that made the Left 4 Dead Common Infected shader. And she made a brand new shader for this update just to incorporate the Left 4 Dead 1 zombies to have the Left 4 Dead 2 gore system fully.
Really?
Yeah, it has
Wow.
a full Left 4 Dead 2 gore. So for people that are modders that are wanting to make Common Infected mods with full color and they don't want to do that stupid gradient system and have that complex setup, you can just now do it with any model now and any type of texture, which I just found to be
Oh, really? It'll work with any mesh now. The shader is...
any.
Wow.
I just found that really cool, and that he was just willing to go that extra mile just for us, and it was just a simple request, and we didn't think anything about it. We were like, oh well, we would like to have the Left 4 Dead 1 infected in the Left 4 Dead 1 maps. That way, even the beta fans and the Left 4 Dead 1 fans will have a bit of love in this update, so it doesn't look like they're being forgotten about. But I take back the shovel and the pitchfork. This is now my favorite thing that was actually added. Thank you, Carrie.
Carrie,
hold on for
appreciate
5
Carrie.
minutes before he changes his mind again.
Carrie, if you're listening, I love you, and I hope one day we can get you on the show. Yeah, that's. I didn't know that about specifically the Left 4 Dead 1 there had to be a custom shit. They reached out to a former Valve employee or a former Turtle Rock employee or something.
Let me get the name. I think it's like Browen.
Oh, it's okay. I'd rather not dox anybody if it's okay.
Well, no, it's actually in the change logs.
Oh, okay.
We have,
okay.
And she's in all the credits and everything else. But,
yeah, it was Broman.
And
okay.
by the way, if anyone wants to know, in Left 4 Dead Nations, we actually have our full change log of everything that's going to be in this update in the pins on the community tab. So if you guys want to get a sneak peek of what we incorporated and get it, we've sent it to Tyler. Everyone has it now, so take a look, enjoy.
So something that I wanted to do, because you specifically, if Coolman, can you get the invite link and put that in the chat? My moderator will make sure people have an invite link to get to your communities. Something I want to go over now is underneath the real big trailer that you put in a pinned comment, you put like kind of like an overview changelog of the major features that are going to be coming to the Last Stand update. But in the same way that specifically the Left 4 Dead 1 Infected has like a story behind it, I'd kind of just want to go through down the list, and if there's any like fun little details or things that make you happy or excited about the work that's been done, just shout it out and let's talk about it. Does that sound good?
Sweet.
Awesome.
So, obviously, the first thing is the Last Stand campaign, and Jay's specifically told me that this is a bit different than what you normally see in a Left 4 Dead campaign. It's technically 2 maps, but it's not at the same time. Can you go into a little bit about what differentiates this Last Stand campaign versus other campaigns in Left 4 Dead?
Well, that's a finicky question, if I can just interject briefly before. Because there's some things in the campaign which we want players to experience in a pure manner. We don't want to spoil things, we don't want to ruin surprise and such. But so far, campaigns Left 4 Dead were either canon, like No Mercy, Dead Air, or they were non-canon, like Coldstream. This campaign, the Last Stand campaign, is kind of both. It's not canonical. Scenario. Yeah, it's not canonical in the sense that Soros didn't actually take that path in the canon, but it would still make sense. It wouldn't disrupt the story, so it could still be slotted in a way that makes logical sense without actually changing the narrative.
Okay.
Jay, don't forget the lore of the campaign.
Oh yeah, the lore of the campaign. I've actually been keeping like some little spare time to write, do some creative writing, some background stories, a bit of lore, like diary entries from an unknown survivor, just a bit of fun to give the campaign some background, some lore. Roku even pitched in with something, and I have a document of that where I wouldn't even mind releasing that sometime after the update, so people can read up on what we were thinking when we were designing certain areas of the campaign.
That'd be great.
I can't go into detail about it now, obviously, because spoilers.
Sure.
Yeah, I think people will enjoy seeing that little bit of lore enhancements.
30 brand new achievements. That's a lot. That's like a whole game's worth of achievements right there.
Yes. We had a lot of fun actually designing some of those, and I don't want to, like, give them all away what they are right now, but
we could talk about a fun little story with them, though.
We could.
We could.
Oh, goody. So there's going to be one achievement in there that involves a Charger and Zoe. Our artist that made it originally, when she was designing it, and her name's Shadow, by the way, when she was doing it in the voice call, how she drew the Charger and Zoe, it looked like they were cuddling. And we had this ongoing joke, and we called it the Forbidden Love Achievement. So if you see a Charger and Zoe, and you get that unlocked, know at one time our artist made those two characters cuddle in a very romantic position. So
can we get the after the update's out, can we see that original cuddle?
Definitely.
Hell yeah. So
we need a graffiti of that.
That's a great idea. Yeah, make it a spray. Okay, so we got Zoe cuddles. That's cute. But we got 30 brand new achievements. One of them involves the Charger and Zoe. And that's nice to know that some of these were fun. Obviously, it would probably be better to ask some of these questions after everybody's had a chance to experience the update, so you don't feel so confined to spoilers. And we might have something in the works or something. Anyways, 20. Go ahead.
What we can say that in regards to achievements, we tried to do a bit of everything. We didn't want to make a bunch of easy meme achievements, but we also didn't want to make a bunch of excruciatingly difficult achievements. So we hit a fair balance. There's some difficult things to do, there's some easy things to do, there's some meme things to do, and everything in between. And as a little fun fact, I'm checking right now, in total, we actually had 63 achievement ideas, of which 33 were scrapped.
Wow.
Most of them were just like ideas that we thought should have been in the game since day one, that we were just scratching our heads like, why is that not added?
We just felt that 100 would be a nice round number.
Yeah.
Okay. So 26 new survival maps. That's fucking crazy. 26. That's... Why? Why so many?
History behind survival. This is my big department here.
Okay.
So I started playing survival back in I want to say 2012 when I met some survival players when I was just going for the achievement in Left 4 Dead 1 where you get all the gold medals. And then I learned there was a whole survival community behind it that was about getting 20 minutes on all maps, 30 minutes on all maps, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So they were way more into it. And over time, like I said before, I eventually became the leader of this community. And there's one thing that's always kind of bothered me is that when you load up Left 4 Dead 1 and then you load up Left 4 Dead 2, you notice that because of the missing maps, Left 4 Dead 2 actually has less overall survival maps than Left 4 Dead 1. So there was the initial, thought from Rayman of wanting to port over all the missing maps like Lighthouse, Boathouse, and all that other stuff. But on top of that, there was a period of time, where we were just doing that, but then we were like, well, let's take a look at some of the other campaigns too. What else could we do? And then Rayman, was like, well, that sounds cool. Let's not just do the Left 4 Dead 1 maps. Why don't we see if there's any other areas that would make cool survival maps? Okay, sure, let's add that one too. Like the barge, for example. That wasn't a survival map in Left 4 Dead 1. But we were like, oh, this could make a pretty cool survival arena. Let's just do it. But basically, there was a lot of work in that, but there was also a lot of work in the existing 17 maps. We made some changes that I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say people should play the previous 17 maps after the update because they're going to notice some changes.
What? Okay, hold on. So you added 26 new maps, but the previous 17 are
also getting revamped a bit.
Oh fuck, guys, how are you doing this much? Oh my god.
We love this game, we love the community. It's that simple.
No, I get that. And the fact that Valve is like, you know what? You guys obviously love this game here. Do something with it. Carrie. Shout outs to Carrie Davis, my god.
And Rayman. Fucking Rayman. Love you.
Naturally, one of our first things that we did was we took a look at the hidden Left 4 Dead 2 maps, like Waterfront and Coaster and all that. And I have to say right now, we had to scrap Coaster. It was too broken to fix in the time we had. Sorry, everybody. But
that's fine.
That being said,
26.
That being said, there was a couple maps that we decided to get creative with. You saw the cane field. You were told all about that. That is actually the hidden map Rainy Sugar Mill Escape, but we moved it to a new area of the campaign level because we thought it would be more interesting than just a carbon copy of the existing Sugar Mill map.
So how much of that would you say is original then, specifically the cane field?
There was no item spawns or anything there. We did it all from scratch.
Wow. And you got this done in less than a year, all of this.
Yeah, all the new survival maps, we did everything from choosing where the cutoff points were for the beginning of the level and the end of the level where you could access from item placements and nav mesh for it with our nav guys. We did all of it.
My God, guys. That's fucking insane. And then not only do you have the 26 survival maps, but it's also announced that you have 4 new scavenged maps. So let's talk a bit about Scavenge. Scavenge is definitely one of the lesser known, lesser played Left 4 Dead modes. However, you're not leaving it out. You really are doing a little bit of everything for Left 4 Dead fans. These 4 new Scavenge maps, are they just survival maps with different entity placements?
No. The Scavenge maps are different. 2 of those maps are obviously coming with The Last Stand on the first and second map of The Last Stand. And the other 2 are from... one's from Crash Course, the other is from... I forgot where it's from. Sky, do you remember, maybe? That doesn't really matter.
No.
We basically fixed them up. We picked out the area where we picked out where we want the generator to be, the starting supplies, the gas cans, and we tried to balance it really well. And the issue we had is that we didn't really have any scavenge experts, because it's kind of difficult to still find someone nowadays who really is really into scavenge.
Sure, definitely.
But we know that there are still people who enjoy the mode who still play it, so we didn't just want to be like, we don't have the resources for it, let's just focus on something else, just drop it. We wanted to include something for everyone in this update, no matter how small it might be. Within the team, we already had like different people from vastly different areas, like people from competitive versus, survival, or casual players from campaign, people from the workshop, all branches of the community. So yeah, it made sense to make something for everyone.
Guys, you're freaking... like, I knew all of this kind of going into this interview, but you're legit, like, hyping me up. Like, I legit thought these scavenge maps were just, let's just toss something that we... But these are...
No.
No, we spent hours, days balancing these things.
Walk into this disappointed, so when you get surprised, it's better. Don't overhype it. Then you're just going to be disappointed.
Sky, about these survival maps, until how long ago were they still being QA tested? Because the survival maps are the first thing we started on back in October, but they were being tested and changed and fixed up pretty much the entire development time.
Well, that kind of depends. Like, if you're talking like the final version of L4D2's, like, I'd say it was only within the last month or so that we really finalized stuff. Then you also have
stop. You had to finalize 43. You had to QA test 43.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem with that.
Yeah. You guys.
We're efficient.
Keep in mind also, like, originally it was only going to be a port of Left 4 Dead 1 maps, and then, Rayman's like, hey guys, what about the hidden Left 4 Dead 2 maps? And then they're like, well, what about any other campaign areas that would make good survival maps? Are there any others? And we're like, okay, we'll just look at the rest of the campaign levels. Sure, let's add a few more.
And it just kind of snowballed, but you were able to keep up with that feature creep. That's what's amazing to me. That's insane.
Originally, this entire update, when we were approached, it was just supposed to be like a survival update. So our entire focus was the modding team fixes, like hot fixes and a few things like that. We didn't even think about custom models. We didn't think about a campaign, because we thought we were going to have like a shorter deadline.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't well, at the time, Carrie was working on Half-Life Alyx.
Sure.
And well, we didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
But But he straight up just said, well, we could try to get it off, but he got busy, and that gave us so much more time. So if you're wondering like why the campaign's only like 2 maps, or why there wasn't so much integration for everything else, we were just simply only focused on the survival maps, because that's what we thought we were only going to get to do when we first started all this. So we put a lot of focus on the survival maps, scavenge maps, which I know not everyone was looking forward to, but that's what most of our dev team specialized in at the time. And then since we got more time, we brought in a few more modders, which Porky the Corgi, we brought in Dr. House, which made some sound mods, we got Corgi that made some custom common infected models, Rocky, Lieutenant Rocky, if you look at the changelog, 80% of the hot fixes is just from that dude alone. But he went, if you think the whole map, just look at changelog general and see all the stuff that he just fixed. It's insane to even think that we have this many addicts that are just obsessed with like what they do.
Which is okay. Like, I want to point this out. If anybody from Valve is listening, I understand that following Team Fortress 2 Invasion, and I know you guys are Left 4 Dead people first and foremost, but I'm just going to take a quick tangent here. Sorry to interrupt. Team Fortress 2 Invasion came out in late 2015, and Valve essentially announced following that that they were done working with the Team Fortress 2 community on updates directly. That was the last time they did anything of the sort until you guys. And the sheer amount of quality and quantity proves that when you do find the obsessive community members, you have to find that right Venn diagram of obsessive and talented, then you can end up turning your game around like it's nothing, and it's almost no work for Valve themselves. Officially, this is mostly work being done. So Valve, maybe look at your Team Fortress community, maybe look at your Day of Defeat community, maybe look at your CSS community, maybe look at your deathmatch community. There are so many talented people out there that care about your lesser known or lesser cared about games officially that you could have 4 or 5 of these updates a year with little to no effort officially on your part. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, I completely agree.
No worries.
I would love for the TF2 community to do it. Like, just the sheer fact of what TF2 does in Source Filmmaker alone.
Sure.
Which, by the way, sorry, Source Filmmaker. I know if anyone dare goes on my Steam profile and says, "Oh, you're the son of a bitch that like ruined Source Filmmaker with your Five Nights at Freddy's," I'm sorry. I'm so desperately sorry for that. But no, I just want to give a shout out to those people. Just the sheer amount that they make custom models just for like small little videos.
Sure.
And the amount of time they put in animations, it's insane. But I would love to see the TF2 community like get their own like community update such as this. It'd be amazing.
Me too. We have a $2 super chat from XB Panda 23. Do we have a specific time that the update will be releasing tomorrow?
Yes, actually. We're currently aiming for, 10 in the morning West Coast time, which is around, I think, 5 in the afternoon for Greenwich Mean Time. So for us Europeans, sometime in the late afternoon, evening. And there shouldn't be any delays either, but as is game development and anything like this, there can always be something technical.
Obviously. But
yeah,
you're
earliest
aiming
time is 10 morning.
10 in the morning Pacific, that's 1 p.m. Eastern, but, you know, between 10 and noon tomorrow Pacific is a good guess. Thank you for that $2 super chat. If you send your own, you get your question answered immediately. Next, Left 4 Dead 1 Infected skins, including gore for the commons, view models, and PvP, and Left 4 Dead 1 themed uncommon Infected. You already touched on this a bit. There had to be a custom shader written that essentially allows for drop-in meshes to use the Left 4 Dead 2 gore system, which is insane. But are there any other details that we should know about?
Okay, because some people are getting this confused. We did not make anything for the Spitter, Jockey, and Charger. We didn't have enough time at the time.
Mm-hmm.
We do have concept art that we were planning, but like I said, we were not expecting this at all in the beginning. We were focused on survival and everything else, and we simply just didn't get enough time to integrate that. But when we got that 3D modeler on the team, he didn't have much time, so he mostly focused on making custom common infected variants, just so
Sure.
Left 4 Dead 1 had like more detail.
So you made custom variants. These are brand new.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
dude.
that was done by Porky the Corgi, and Lieutenant Rocky did the body. Porky the Corgi did the heads. I know there's one that looks like Joe Swanson, so
What?
keep an eye out for that one.
Hey, Splinks, didn't Rocky say something about unused skins from the first game too?
Oh, yes. Oh, shit. I forgot all about that. Well, I have some of the source files that was given to me by Chet Falasek, and there's unused, like, beta not beta survivors, but beta common infected that was made by Turtle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to give those textures a chance to finally see the light of day. So yeah, we actually found some beta common infected, so they're actually in the game now.
No fucking way.
So yeah, the Left 4 Dead beta community, you're fucking welcome.
They You Are Dead. Shoutouts to The You Are Dead. Hope you're happy. $2 super chat from DMND Dylan. Will we see any new gnomes in the maps?
Oof.
Sadly though. But wait. Are you just talking about Easter eggs in general, or just funny little things?
I think he's asking specifically gnomes.
Oh no, there's not a gnome.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
There actually was briefly a gnome in the last stand as an inside joke between everyone working on the map. So NF, Roku, me, since I chipped in a bit, but I don't think it's in the final version.
Aw.
Yeah,
But you still
I
should
even
beta.
didn't know about the gnome.
Wait, Roku, who even placed it? Did NF place it?
But I thought that you were the guy.
No, I didn't. Wait. So who placed the gnome? then?
Valve placed the gnome.
Okay,
The
we got a
elusive
mystery here.
gnomes again.
Don't question his gnomish
You
magic.
really don't know where the gnome do you seriously not know where the gnome came from? It was just there?
Yeah, one day we were just testing the map, and I forgot who it was. I think it was Siberian Husky. He's in the QA team, helped a bit with mapping as well. He just no-clipped somewhere into the map, and it was just a gnome chilling in a boat.
Holy
He
shit.
asked-
We
he
have
took-
to
he took a
investigate
screenshot
this. We have to investigate. You have to get me a screenshot of the boat gnome.
Jace showed me a screenshot. I even didn't know the
And
spot, the place where is the gnome.
Yeah,
And
it
poor
wasn't
Husky just
invisible.
probably trolled us.
It was out of bounds. It was somewhere you can't usually access or even look at, with a sniper scope or something. It was just suddenly a gnome.
That's amazing.
And before Husky probably trolled us.
That is amazing. Okay, we're gonna. This is gonna take fucking forever to get through it. So let's try to get through it. Left 4 Dead 1 sounds and music. You will be able to hear the original Left 4 Dead 1 drums and music in Left 4 Dead 1 campaigns.
I think that's self-explanatory.
Mm.
Yeah, you'll hear that.
Anything specific you want to touch on from that?
Yeah.
Who was the
really.
one that re-implemented that?
Sergey
man.
worked on that. I know that for sure, but I don't know the extent of work he did on it.
So for those that are unaware, can you explain the difference between playing Left 4 Dead 1 in Left 4 Dead 1 and playing it in Left 4 Dead 2 before this update hit?
Okay, so Left 4 Dead 1 had a tank that was an asshole that would encap you and then say, "Oh no, baby, I'm not going away. I'm going to finish this job until you're dead." So tanks were dicks. Witches had an alternative animation that would actually kill you faster because there was more hits per second. We didn't integrate that just because that would just change a little too much with the witch.
Sure.
But pretty much everything else, I believe, is the same for the most part. Those were the only two that we didn't integrate. We just wanted to get the look down because everyone always missed that gritty, darker tone of Left 4 Dead 1.
Completely agree. Yeah.
Scott could also go into a few more details about the differences between both games.
Yeah. So obviously there was the. Obviously there's the stuff like the lack of more weapon variety and the tank behavior, but there's also a lot of other small nuances that aren't as well known besides the obvious stuff like weapons and items, there's no defibs, so the tank thing is way more dangerous in other game modes like versus and survival. And then there's no adrenaline, so obviously, and no bile, but aside from that, even the way the common infected run at you and behave, as well as the way tanks even throw rocks, is vastly different compared to both games.
Okay.
If you play Left 4 Dead 2 and you're playing a tank and you throw a rock, the tank throws it and it feels like he's throwing it right-handed. The hitbox isn't directly, the rock isn't directly centered with him. Versus with the Left 4 Dead 1 tank, it's always dead center regardless of the animation. It's always kind of the same throw, just different animations play. So it's always going to be thrown at you like it's coming directly from between his eyes, pretty much.
Okay.
Also, in Left 4 Dead 1, touched on the commons, It's more like Dawn of the Dead, they run at you and just swarm you, versus in Left 4 Dead 2, you ever notice they kind of like swerve around you a bit to get behind you?
Yeah.
And so it really makes running away from them harder, honestly.
Are these behaviors ported over in the Left 4 Dead 1 maps? Like, to what extent were you able to...
No
Okay.
AI or anything that was integrated into the code itself we had no access to. So we couldn't really do it. Now, if it had like CVARs or changes to like populations and just simple just looks, then yeah, we can alter. But anything like that we couldn't get. That's why the Left 4 Dead legs... Yeah, we didn't have code access. That's why the legs, like first-person legs, we could never get that implemented because that's hard-coded into the game, sadly.
Okay.
And yeah, we were kind of bummed out about that. We were thinking about incorporating it, but we talked to Carrie, and Carrie's like, no, like, we can't get that without breaking the game for some reason. But
sure.
Oh well.
I should also mention the tanks specifically. One thing that's kind of minor, depending on the mode, but not as minor as you might think in some situations. The tanks, the AI-controlled ones, actually run faster in Left 4 Dead 1 when they're on fire, so much so that on Expert campaign, they will run faster than a 100 HP survivor in Left 4 Dead 1. Versus in Left 4 Dead 2, they full-on just they slow down. Like, it actually causes a speed debuff on them. So I thought that was rather interesting.
Yeah, I've played both extensively, and I was not aware of all of these changes between the games. Excuse me. We have a $5 super chat from Thantano. Thank you very much. We have a $2 super chat. Just lost it from Nemesis. Can you talk about the "yeah" message? What is?
Oh dear. So it's actually in your VNN video where you go over the patch notes. You can kind of see it if you pause at 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Basically, on the lighthouse, we decided to put some graffitis up for some people, and one of their QA guys, Scout, really wanted the spray that me and him have there to also say "yeah."
Okay, there you go. $2 super chat from It's Kraus. Any new voice lines for the Left 4 Dead 2 survivors?
That would be a question for Xanaga, I believe.
Yeah.
I could see if he's online. We could maybe pull him in real quick.
Yeah, Xana is in charge of the entire talker.
So pretty much every voice change is this one person.
Voice change, he did the entire thing in relation to restoring old... Hey, there he is.
Yeah, there he is. Hi, Xana.
I heard that question, I get the call.
So the question was, to repeat, it was a $2 super chat from It's Kraus. Are there any new voice lines for the Left 4 Dead 2 survivors?
Nothing newly recorded. However, everything that is unused will, at the very least, be unlocked for custom campaigns to use.
Oh, really?
For the many voice lines that are unused and will be in this update, there are very few that I still left out, either because I didn't have enough time to properly implement them, or they were just inconsistent of what we have now in the maps.
But a lot of cut dialogue. Like, do you have an exact number, Xana? Because
I never kept track.
Yeah,
okay,
so that's
estimate.
Yeah, that's the next thing on the list is new and previously unused voice lines for survivors. Can you explain what that actually means?
The talker scripts have been modified to include as many as possible. My main thing was just avoiding reuse of said lines so that they wouldn't lose their feel in where they were supposed to be. And I've also enhanced the context in which they are used so it gives a little bit more impact or feel for the co-op mode, the story.
Sure. So for those that are unaware, can you explain what the talker script is, please?
Say again?
For those that are unaware, can you explain what the talker script is?
Talker scripts are what are used for survivors to speak certain voice lines in any given context.
Okay. Thank you very
Basically, all
much
the
for stopping by, Xana guy. Sorry for just like dragging you in out of nowhere.
That's fine. I expected this.
Well, thank you for being on Letting Off Steam. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I love you, Santa.
Great work. Great
Don't
work.
forget me.
I'm also sorry for the open mic setting.
It's okay. Okay, so next, Critastic with the $4.99. Been playing for 10 years. Thank you to everybody for responsible for this. You are heroes. You guys are heroes. Did you guys know you are heroes?
Oh,
I know. I'm pretty awesome, aren't I?
$5 from Brian. Any changes to the score system in Versus to align more with Left 4 Dead 1, Confoggle, Pro Mod, or Ace Mod? The entire 25-point tiebreaker is unbalanced.
So, unfortunately for this update, we did not have the time necessary to really thoroughly test out all the ideas we had for a reworked score system. So right now it's kind of remaining untouched.
Okay. We'll touch on that a little bit more later. Hard, the name is Hard Pour Corn, $5.
nice.
Saying console players save $100 and get a refurbed Dell Optiplex on eBay and a $20 GPU, and it should run fine. That's technically true.
Smart man.
Next question is from Thantano, $5. Infected spawn crashes get fixed?
Ooh.
Don't say a word. No, no, no.
Lol. I know we looked into it. The most notorious one, it was on Coldstream's first map around the little house where people tended to crash a lot. We sent Kerry the mini-dump files, which are basically crash reports, but I don't think in that specific instance we were ever able to isolate what was causing it. Like, there was no apparent reason for players to crash, so yeah, Coldstream's just Coldstream. What can we say?
$5 from Ultima PC glitching problem. Are defibs added to No Mercy or Sacrifice? They are the first ported campaigns and are lacking this specific item.
Ooh.
I don't think we added those items yet. There's also some there's also the M60, which only spawns on 2 campaigns, I believe, the Passing and Coldstream, which we wanted to look into allowing it to spawn on other campaigns, but we got that idea a bit too late into development, basically 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's not something we took care of this update.
Okay, $10 from Chase. If this, and this is actually a question I was going to touch on anyways, but thanks for the $10, Chase. If this does well and Valve allows you to continue, what are your thoughts on a Midnight Riders campaign? Back in the day, Valve had a website teasing it, but it got canceled.
No,
That's
like,
interesting.
we would love to incorporate something like that, but I think we had an idea. If we get another chance, we wanted to incorporate like some more maps that were canon, like Damn It, Redemption. We also wanted to make our own campaign, which we have some concepts for, but it would incorporate a lot of fancy new melee weapons, some unused melee weapons that are still found in the game today, which one of them has a very interesting story, but I would love to add that one, which is the didgeridoo.
Okay.
Basically, we have a lot of ideas for stuff we could work on, providing Valve gives us the opportunity.
So it's possible if Valve allows you to do another one.
Yeah.
Valve, please allow them to do another one. Okay. Let's make sure that all these questions are getting answered.
Questions, they just keep rolling in.
They do. Is the foam finger back from Suicide Blitz 2?
No.
No,
No,
sorry.
we did.
Thank you.
Can you tell us more about the new gun animations?
Oh God. So Lieutenant Rocky, he essentially reanimated a lot of it to either have jiggle bones to just feel better. He also brought some older animations from Left 4 Dead 1 and incorporated it in. Simply because, I'm sorry, Left 4 Dead 2's animation team, but some of the Left 4 Dead 1 was your finer work. We wanted to integrate some of those back in. If people actually want a taste of what they're going to look like, Lieutenant Rocky actually made a mod called Overhauling the Originals. And essentially that mod is what the changes are today that we've incorporated in here. But it's some recycled animations from Left 4 Dead 1, some unused animations that we had in the files, and some that he straight up just fixed. Like, I know the sniper rifle for the look positions, the hand would just break on the wrist. Also, the machete had like this droopy thumb issue that he fixed. He went in and fixed a lot of things. Also, the fire axe no longer distorts your view. So if you have a big FOV and you're worried about that shoulder clipping in, he fixed that. So
Damn.
He fixed so many animation bugs when it came to the first person. Let's see. Oh god, there's so many in here. He changed the origin positions of several weapons. He's rebuilt the fire axe and machete animations just for the obscurity. He added jiggle bones to all the straps, all the little things. So now when you actually shake your gun, it actually looks like it's not just a stiff model anymore. Like, he was God sent when it came to that.
TF2 needs this. My god. Oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah.
Last question for this group. What's the biggest pain of working within the Source engine?
Oh, I think that's a mapper question.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
It's a nightmare.
Our poor Rogue has been traumatized by all the crashes.
It's like we
He was
saw,
diagnosed with PTSD.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's not
You think-
draw any trauma then. I'm sorry.
No drama. Everything is trauma here. We got the Alex mapping stuff, and it's kind of awesome. It got nice features, but using the old hammer is, well, I'm used to get troubles with that, but in this map we find even new bugs. There is one funny thing with what happened with that trigger brush, a geometry with the trigger texture, which I found on my campaigns once, and I didn't know how I fixed that, and we wasted like a month or maybe more. Chase?
Yeah, it was around 1.5 months, I believe.
Damn.
I ran over each entity of the map, one per one, trying to find what was working bad in this. I even we thought on a side where it was a model of a boat. It's just a boat. You see those wooden boats you can break with the tank. Well, we just placed one on a part of the campaign, and for a moment it was like that was causing the bug, but we actually don't know.
One day it just suddenly got fixed and we just accepted it, we didn't question it.
It's like, okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
We only go went ahead with that, and okay, we are waiting to nobody find out.
Sure. All right, moving on. Actually, last question here. It's a good question. We getting the riot shield?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Just the knife.
Also,
Maybe
fun
in the
little
future.
fact about Hammer. It was so painful to work with it, we actually put an Easter egg about it in the campaign. Good luck finding it.
We will try and find it.
Also, I just got confirmation from our mapping manager. There is a gnome in the campaign. It's very well hidden.
Nice.
There
Posted
is
it
a
here.
rejoice.
Oh,
The gnome has returned!
While we're on the topic of the campaign also, can I just give a huge shout out to both Con and Sala Kirby? Like, they were beasts this update. They were the only two people we really had for our NavMesh team, which I don't know how much you know about NavMesh.
Oh, yeah.
But Sala Kirby basically did the NavMesh for the campaign by hand from scratch. So huge shout out to Sala Kirby, you're amazing.
Hand. From scratch.
They were lucky to get it done.
Fuck that.
So Sala Kirby, Con, we love you both. On that note, Con also did over 500 pages of nav fixes for survival mode alone.
We're not joking when we say 500 pages. It's literally 500 pages.
I'm glad I didn't have to look through all that.
God.
They deserve some love.
Okay, that's stressful to think about. Moving on. New character animations. New character animations. New idle poses, fixed combat poses, new in-cap animations. Let's talk about new animations.
Okay, so that entire thing, I owe it to a man named Salad. He incorporated all of that. Now, the new animations, he tweaked by himself, but most of it is actually cut animations that Valve had in raw mocap form, in Maya files, and all these weird different like stages of development that never made it. But like, I opened them up, I sent him the DMXs, he cleaned them up. Like, I don't know how he found this much time to actually do it, but like, we found like custom like in-cap images for like Nick, Ellis, Zoe, all of them. Like, but we try to make Lewis and Francis distinctly different where they're not sharing too many similar animations, but yeah, that's all. I'm not taking any credit other than just finding the lost animations, exporting them, giving them to Salad. He did all of that magic. So if anyone really loves the animation, please like give Salad like huge shout out for that, because holy shit, did he put so much time into that. Matter of fact, the whole Changelog Survivor animations, it's just pretty much his name. So
damn,
that's all him. And I just simply exported them, found some cut animations in raw mocap form, and he pretty much just became an animator to that day and cleaned it all up, made it work. And now characters have a bit more personality. They don't feel copy and pasted. They have look positions where they don't feel like they're actually just kind of floating on the ground when they rotate. He actually put a lot of shit fucking work in. Now, surely he wanted to add more, but we just simply didn't have enough time.
That's crazy.
Dear God.
Like, raw mocap data, it's like the beta-ist of beta being added in. My God.
Which, by the way, thank you, Chet, for letting me like have those files when I was actually interning up there. But
yeah, and we'll talk. I have a couple questions about that in particular, but hold that thought, because $5 from Waves. Why do you think the CSS weapons were so hastily ported and broken? Thank you for fixing them.
Well, why we find them to be broken in general, simply because we wanted to add more implementations for them, and we just wanted to fix the animations. Like, to be honest, the CSS weapons, they feel out of place. They're older models, and we really wanted to get like the not Left 4 Dead 2, but the CSGO counterparts to those.
Sure.
Because during the same time, the same animators were part of both projects. The animations look roughly the same, and I just feel they would fit better. And just simply, I know Lieutenant Rocky had so many crazy ideas for it that he wanted to add, but it simply just ended up being personal preference from the team themselves. And yeah.
Damn. I'm just so blown away by all this stuff, guys. Like, oh my God. Sorry, getting a call. PvP enhancements and balance change. Shut the fuck up! Okay, PvP enhancements and balance changes.
The PvP stuff, that was Jacob's doing, really, and Sui. Yep. I think the one thing that stands out the most in terms of PvP, so that's Versus and Scavenge, is the hundreds, and I mean hundreds of new infected ladders. There's many new areas you can access as an infected, new places you can attack from. It shouldn't affect the feeling of the PvP modes, but it should improve the meta a lot, and it's a pretty good buff to the infected. Other than that, we added a few hitables in key locations, I believe, mainly to make it less survivor-style, like a really open field where the survivors can prevent infected from spawning entirely is a bit unfair to the infected. So we took key areas like that, added hitables and changes there. Another change we made, which I think people are going to love, is a change to the forklifts. Currently, the forklift is considered the worst tank hitable in the game because the little, I don't know what you call them, those fork parts that are supposed to lift up crates and stuff, they mess with your aim. Like if you're trying to get the forklift into a tight corridor or something, it'll just bounce around or get blocked because of those little fork things. We made them break off now. When you punch the forklift once, they will break off, and you basically have a glorified dumpster. That's the main fixes I'm aware of, unless anyone else can pitch in.
Not really.
I
just knew that they were really gung-ho about trying to give like the Versus community a lot more love. And they wanted to make it where, because, like, okay, I hate to say this, but we had like a few internal conflicts, but we came to agreements
that always happens.
They knew what they were talking about. Like, we all come from like different parts, but
yeah,
just the special infected on some maps simply did not have the advantage. They had several disadvantages on places they could be, on things they could do, and yeah, that's what Suni and Jacob really focused on, was trying to make it a bit more fair for that. But oh man,
huge shout out to Jacob. He did a lot of work on the Versus side.
He's awesome,
especially.
Brand new
Good job, Jacob.
Good job, Jacob. Brand new mutations: Rocket Dude and Tank Run.
Oh yeah, the
Rocket Dude.
Yeah, the mutations. They're actually very fun.
This just proves that we do love the TF2 community, because Rocket Dude is distinctly referencing TF2.
Yeah.
It is straight up TF2.
Oh, the times you will have rocket jumping throughout the L4D2 maps, Tyler. We're not using the rocket.
Were there any mutations you wanted to add but couldn't?
Yes.
Should I
Go on, Jace. I will tell my idea later.
I need the attention. So the guy who worked on Rocket Dude, his name's Rene TM. He's a buddy of mine.
Mm-hmm.
He was also working on a mutation called Training Toolbox. Basically what it was is it was supposed to offer players a safe and controlled environment to practice their skills in, to like they can manually place infected spawns, how long it takes for an infected to respawn from that point, give themselves weapons, items to try things out, experiment with. Basically a toolbox, a sandbox type of thing. But due to the limited UI options, like polishing up the UI and really giving things icons and stuff like that, it was decided that this should be postponed, maybe released in the workshop for now, for open feedback. But yeah, that was scrapped and will not be joining this update.
Okay. Hopefully another update.
And for me, Salad, our animator, we have a mod called GoldenEye mode. And if anyone that doesn't remember GoldenEye, things exploded a lot, like a Michael Bay movie. And Salad, he made this mod that made every single breakable item in the entire game explode. Doors, windows, pallets, little boxes that you just shoot, they explode. And we had this stupid idea late in development. He's like, oh, that would be fun to incorporate, but we'd have to test it on so many maps to see if it broke any consistencies or did anything. But we thought that would be like a fun little thing. This is a silly mod in general, but we'd probably have to change the name. So, sorry, no GoldenEye mode yet.
Sorry.
No explosions yet.
Ripperoni.
Yet, Carrie. Yet. UI improvements like single player for all modes.
And that was a bit of a miscommunication. It was for all co-op based modes. So things like campaign, obviously, survival, realism. They are all getting single-player support, which functions like single-player. When you pause the game, the entire thing pauses. Other than that, we're bringing versus survival to the main menu, so it's basically a main menu mode alongside normal versus, realism, scavenge, and such. It'll be easier to switch between gamers, because so far, let's say we're playing through a campaign with your buddies and you want to try out a mutation. You'd have to leave the lobby, re-invite everyone, and then it's a bit annoying. So we made it that you can just switch it from the lobby. You can switch to all co-op mutations if you're in base co-op, or all versus mutations if you're in a versus lobby. And Rayman also added a couple new outro stats. I don't remember the specifics. I think one of them is like how many tanks you killed. Maybe someone else remembers the others as well, but...
My mind is fuzzy on that.
Nope.
I also want to add that the single-player support will also include any 4-player mutations.
Oh, really?
Yeah, since they typically count for co-op, realism, and survival.
Neat! Are you adding any new background menus? That's from Chase, $5. Thank you.
Sadly, we didn't make anything like that.
You keep
But,
saying
I don't
sadly, but then you've also made like 1,000 other things. You just be like, no, you didn't have time.
We were ambitious, okay? We were
so
really
many
ambitious.
Ideas. Yeah, we had
love
so many ideas.
We had to scale back so much from the amount of things we wanted to do just so we would actually release this thing.
So what we're looking at, what we're going to be playing, is the scaled back, cut down version.
Pretty much. Well, a lot of us have jobs in real life, and we just simply didn't have enough time. And we were kind of disappointed because we had so many ideas that we wanted to do. But, of course, if you have too many things on your plate, nothing ever gets done.
True.
We had to focus on the things we knew we can just knock out as fast as we could. Which some people would think, yeah, just make a video. Just make a pic real quick. It's nothing too hard. But, yeah, Valve has its own unique style. So unless Valve is going to surprise us and just say, oh yeah, we worked on some stuff behind closed doors and didn't tell you guys, and surprise, surprise, that's probably the only time. But I do know, I think someone actually made a mod for The Last Stand, which just uses like bits and tips of like the trailer. But still, it's pretty nice. But maybe someone on Source Filmmaker or such will just make that for us, and we'll give them a shout out or something. Please.
Maybe. And then lastly, we have a free weekend when the update is out. Do you know if that will start tomorrow, or we have to wait for Friday for that?
Good question.
It seems like they typically wait until Fridays. That's going to be up to Carrie to clarify.
Okay. That's fine. Wow. That's it's a big update. It's a big update, guys.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
It's
Man,
fucking
I've seen better.
Oh, have you? Has there ever been a bigger update for Left 4 Dead than this one?
Well, Left 4 Dead coming out by themselves. And
Okay, yeah, so it rivals an entire game release, is what you're saying.
I don't know. Like, when they said, he's like, oh yeah, Left 4 Dead 1's just now in Left 4 Dead 2, and they brought all those campaigns, I don't think we could really top that.
Yeah, but
that was pretty spectacular.
That's not really an update, though. That's just, hey, we ported stuff. That's
okay, the passing. When we got to see both, like, the Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 team talk to each other, except for Bill, God rest his soul. But, like, still, that was pretty epic moments. Like, oh my God, they're talking to each other. Maybe I might play with Francis and Nick. And they could just bicker back and forth about how much they hate things. But, sadly, we only got a little taste of that. But it was still epic nonetheless.
Larm has asked twice if there's any chance of it coming to Xbox. We actually covered that earlier. Probably not, no.
No, just PlayStation.
Will you fix the bunny hop? He's lying. It's not coming to PlayStation either. He's lying.
So bunny hopping is something that, while it's technically kind of a glitch, it's something that we view as like a skill-based mechanic almost at this point because of how long it's been in the game and how difficult it is to even do in the first place. So we intentionally kind of left that alone.
I mean, it's not like we could change it anyway, since that's part of the engine, I believe, the way the engine treats air acceleration. So, unless Valve gives us the green light to rework the entire Source engine, I doubt that will change.
Oh man, that's funny. Okay. Next question. Were you that was answered?
G. Jones had an interesting question for $2.
Why did the Left 4 Dead 2 get rid of Dead Survivor ragdolls? From Jeep James! Beep beep.
Because of the defib.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because, well, when the ragdolls are made, the entity doesn't follow a ragdoll. That's also why we didn't have Bill's smoke added back in, because when a Left 4 Dead survivor dies, the entity that reads as Left 4 Dead survivor is still floating above the dead body, but that's just an animation. So essentially, if it's in a ragdoll and the ragdoll goes flying across the map and you go to defib it, the entity to defib that ragdoll is not in the location of the ragdoll, it's in the location of where that survivor died. So
okay.
We could never incorporate that because that would just break the defib altogether. Now, I'm quite sure there's some source mods that actually fix that
Sure.
have their own way of incorporating it, but we would have to get so many hoops and get permission from Valve themselves to incorporate something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, to go through everything, it seems like it's more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah. Will split screen be available through the game menu, or will it continue to be activated through console?
The latter.
Yeah, it's the latter, I believe.
Okie dokie. We've answered a lot of these. Oh, okay. Ask them how they felt when we found the servers. To give context, I published a report back in July.
I know.
Where I was able to find a bunch of servers that were playing a version of the game that was newer than the version that we had, playing on maps that we didn't have, and I predicted that they might be working on something related to Left 4 Dead 1's The Last Stand. What was it like when I published that video, guys?
I think Jay shit his pants.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, when there was that one time where the server was running C14M1_Lighthouse, that was when we were still testing the survival variant of the map, and there was a person called Grumper on that server. That was me. I was testing to see, okay, is it actually okay to run the server? Is there actually anyone who might figure us out or see us there? And well, I guess my prediction came true.
I found it.
Yeah, I was actually pretty nervous. I was like, oh no, what did people find out? Oh no, what did I just do? Did I just leak everything? Oh no. Yeah. In the end, it was fine because nothing really got spoiled. But
Sure.
In the moment, it was a bit scary.
Did Valve say anything?
No, I don't believe they did.
I don't remember.
They kind of changed a few things. We laid low just so no one would try to take names, but many people didn't even find the name of Jay's. Actually, one of my friends that, you kind of gave him a shout out, which was pretty funny.
Oh,
he ended up telling me, he's like, hey, you might want to tell so and so that I could see everything he's doing. I'm like, oh, well, thank you for that. Please don't tell other people. It's like, no problem.
$5. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just want to say it's amazing how he actually managed to figure out that it was me, because I changed everything. I changed my privacy settings, my custom URL, my nickname. I even used a VPN to try and connect to that server.
He is a data miner. He is insane. Do not fuck with that man.
00 Toys, $5 super chat. Will there be new unused dialogue also spoken by NPCs, such as Whitaker and Virgil?
I have already answered that in the chat, but I can reiterate it here. Yes, Virgil and Whitaker's roles have been enhanced to an extent that is also consistent with the maps that we can play on now. Nothing major in gameplay.
Awesome. Dudecraft LP with €5. Thank you very much for this game, for the game and the work that you're doing on this update. You guys are legends. Greetings from Austria. Nice.
Hey!
You guys are
Hi.
legends.
Well, thank you, Arnold Jr. I really appreciate that. I forgot his name.
Will Left 4 Dead 1 Common Infected also be available in the authoring tools?
Yes.
Well, the beta zombies that you added in.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Everything's in the authoring tools.
So everything
Yeah.
you're adding will be available for custom mappers.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Trust
Valve
me, I'm excited to see the Left 4 Dead.
sometimes doesn't do that, so it's good to know for sure.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I've made sure they incorporated stuff. The starter kits, I did that. The Maya files many people don't know about this, but there's actual Maya files of the source files of the survivors, the special infected, the weapons. They're actual Maya files from the archives are in the SDK. Many people don't know about that, but they're there. You're welcome.
Thank you. $5 from Double O Toys again. Is this update coming to Mac and Linux?
What? It's going to be on Steam, of course.
There you go. Might be late, but how did you pick community members to be on the team? That's a good question.
That is a good question. I mean, when we started out, we were pretty disorganized. Like, everyone was in their own little group, and Rayman just kind of
United all of them.
Yeah, he united us.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty much a group of friends that we trusted in each group. And we just kind of came together. I was like, okay, I don't know who these fuglies are over here, but I'll make an attempt to talk to them. And now we're all pretty cool. Like, the only other person I know here previously was Roku, because we were in that god-awful game called Hunt Down the Freeman. But that's a whole other story.
Wait.
Yes.
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 I didn't know this. You guys worked on Hunt Down the Freeman?
Oh, yes, we did. And we have
yeah.
some colorful words to say about that asshole of the game.
Oh my god.
Did you play it?
No, I didn't play it. Are you kidding me? Oh,
Me
Tyler.
neither.
Yeah,
know,
I streamed it to like 8,000 people. I played the whole thing end to end. It's like one of my most legendary live streams I've ever done.
Oh, I'm so sorry, you poor
Okay,
soul.
hear this.
Yeah.
Remember the maps from Black Mesa East?
Yeah.
From the Grave Shark?
Yeah.
All this part was made by Roku.
You made the Black Mesa East map?
Yeah, the forest, that creepy house.
Oof.
Most of the parts I made it was plain
the
for
chat's
the
not liking this.
Oof.
the
The
director.
chat's not liking this. Shut up, Roku.
Yeah, we should probably
Not
stop,
liking
we
this.
should probably stop talking about Hunt Down the Freeman. I will say, fuck you for making that, but thank you for making something way better.
Okay, we
It's the redemption
we
arc.
got a fuck you. Okay, we actually got a fuck you, so all is well. We didn't get paid shit. No one got paid. I got paid towards the end because I had to fix the survivors that were broken, because anytime they loaded certain survivors...
Wait, are you talking about Hunt Down the Freeman or Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, Hunt Down the Freeman.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
No, I love Left 4 Dead. No,
Okay.
Carrie's been great. But no, Hunt Down the Freeman. Ooh. No. That's the only time I actually got paid, and I only got paid like a little small amount from them.
So the people
that
that worked on Hunt Down the Freeman didn't get paid for working on Hunt Down the Freeman
No.
Oh boy.
Pretty much everyone did not. But the lead guy that pretty much made the game, he now works for Activision. So
Yes, he does. All right, $5 from Thantano. Thanato. Will Zone Mod be compatible with these changes?
That is completely up to the people who do like the plugins and stuff for those modded competitive versus servers. They're going to have to make some changes based on the update, but everything should work fine after they, edit all that.
Do you think is it a big undertaking to be able to get your mod working again?
Well, in terms of plugins, it should be fairly easy because we have a couple playtesters who are very experienced with the whole plugin side of things and source mod, and they're working on getting the fundamental information prepared so that server owners and plugin creators have enough time before the update drops, respectively after the update drops, to prepare their servers, prepare their plugins, so that nothing breaks and it all works flawlessly as soon as possible.
You see, Valve?
Yeah,
Valve? You see what happens when you let your community take care of things? My God. Contacting server owners to make sure that they can get... Wow! That's amazing.
Yes, sir, and Prodigy Sim got us covered there.
Hell
They're
yeah.
awesome.
Yep.
$5 from Zona. Have you guys fixed the tank mutation?
Depends what fix. I'm pretty sure one fix that was done is that the tanks will not spawn on the survivors anymore, but rather they'll spawn like slightly next to them, slightly behind. But I don't know the details of the mutation, unfortunately.
Yeah, that would be Rayman's department.
Yeah.
Aquamelon, $5 super chat. Dumb question, but are there any references to Bill's appearance in Dead by Daylight in this new update?
Sadly, no.
You have to stop saying sadly. You have to stop. There is nothing to be sad about with the work that you have done.
Okay, Bill's passing is sad. Come on.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
no, we actually have like a graffiti, I believe. I don't know if we incorporated it into the actual campaign, but we did do something for Jim.
You mean the thanks for your sacrifice graffiti?
Yes.
Yeah, we incorporated that, yeah.
Okay,
it's hidden somewhere in the last stand. Good luck finding it.
Yeah. Also, in the credits, the end credits have actually been updated to support all the fallen voice actors and everyone.
Really?
Yes.
Damn, guys, what the hell? Jesus Christ, you guys are kicking yourselves ass with this. This is insane. Prodigy Sim, $5. Which zombie is your favorite? I like the Boomer. Let's go around the room. Jays, what's your favorite special infected?
Okay, can we all agree that the jockey sucks?
Yeah,
yes.
The jockey sucks.
Yes. Okay.
I like the Charger. I just like sending people flying. It's pretty
Charger,
fun.
Roku.
Recommend it.
Maybe the Hunter?
Hunter.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I kind of like the Smoker. I think he's misunderstood.
Smoker. Xanaguy.
There are too many sound mods not to to put it another way, the Charger is my favorite because of all the sound mods that are for it, specifically when he's actually charging.
Charger.
Skyheart.
I think my favorite would have to be the Hunter, just because of the very deep mechanics surrounding him with wall pouncing and all that other stuff.
Hell yeah. My favorite is the Boomer, because I'm a big man and also I'm a boomer. All right. I don't know how to... I'm going to say $5 from Bovin. Did you bring more tanks for Bill, though?
Without spoiling anything, I'm just going to say they're going to bring more tanks.
They're going to bring more tanks, guys. You've heard, exclusive on Valve News Network. They're going to bring more tanks. Hell yeah. Guys, you're blowing... I have been communicating with you guys for a while. You're blowing my mind. Jesus Christ. All right, $5 from Sauce. Which workshop mods do you recommend to use in unison with this update, if any? Because there are some good ones.
Well, not to be toot my own horns, but have you checked my workshop?
I'm updating the Resident Evil maps, so...
Okay, no, if I had to be honest, I would check out Lieutenant Rocky's. I would check out gun modders that are simply going to be replacing the Counter-Strike weapons, because we kind of feel that they needed a bit more working and change. But if you can find anything that replaces the Counter-Strike weapons and the knife, I would get that right away. Just have some fun with it. But see how the new weapons feel beforehand, and then get the mod. But from there, no, I've just experienced what the update has to offer at first, and then add your own taste. I'm not going to be here to tell you what's what.
Just the other day, though, Rocky was shoving a mod on me where Bill is a ghost instead of us.
Yes.
Oh, you told me about that.
Oh yeah, Ghost Bill. The best freaking thing that he's ever done.
Rocky's just like, you have to do this, guy, and I'm just like, but, and he's like, no excuses, do it now. I'm just like, oh, okay.
In general, I would personally suggest disable all the mods for a real vanilla experience when you play The Last Stand. It'll give you a really awesome effect with what we've put together. After that, I'd personally recommend UI mods, stuff like Team Health Counter, or different lobby and survivor icons, stuff that suit your taste and things like that.
Awesome. All right. This one is from Solomon, $5. Is there a bug? There is a bug on Left 4 Dead 2 on the Mac where the mouse does not allow you to turn. Is this fixed?
I had that same problem when I was playing some of the first Half-Life games. All it took was disabling, I think it was the raw mouse input. Don't know if that's the same thing for Left 4 Dead 2.
Disable your raw mouse input. Alrighty then. Guys, you fucking rock. All y'all.
Oh, okay.
Just let
Thanks.
me know. You guys
I love
are,
you too.
You guys are awesome.
Let's just say we lost a lot of sleep over this update.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I'd expect that. It's just, damn, guys, like, that's fucking nuts. I can't believe you've been able to get this kind of stuff out. I can't believe that you were able to get Valve to do something like this. You know, hopefully, if things go well, hopefully if the response to this is as good as I'm expecting it to be, then yeah, like, damn, guys, this is gonna
That's
be
what we're hoping
fucking
for.
nuts.
If this goes well, like, if it really does go well, I think Valve themselves will see the positivity that a community update can do and give other communities chances. Now, don't get me wrong, we would love to do another community update, but I would love to see TF2. I would love to see other communities get a chance to do this, to show like what their fans can actually do.
Totally, it'd be really cool to see other games or even like other companies play copycat, you know? Like imagine if other companies decided to just do the exact same thing with their communities.
Oh, wow. I completely agree. This is the last question from the community that we're going to be taking. This is from Catherine, $5. You guys mentioned bringing back Left 4 Dead 1 Special Infected skins. Are the Left 4 Dead 2 Special Infected getting Left 4 Dead 1 styled skins?
No, not at this time. Like I said before, we had it in concept stages, but the 3D modeler that was going to be in charge of that came in late in development because at the time, we only thought we were doing survival maps and a few other little things. And then Carrie gave us more time, and that's when we expanded on the campaign and adding more of these like melee weapons and smaller things. But sadly, we never got around to doing that.
It's fine.
Yes, I said sadly again.
I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you.
I did see a question in there about idle exploits as well, which, yes, we did fix idle exploits.
I think that was one of the first things we envisioned to fix.
Like, you're not going to be able to grief your teammate by going idle with a grenade launcher anymore and stuff like that.
Okay. This has been awesome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to me and talk to us, the VNN community. I really appreciate it. Roku, we love you, from Turi.
Oh, thanks.
He's single. He's a teacher. He gets paid very much.
I need to say something. One of the best things of the update is all the love we are getting from the community. I mean, we are the community, but the other players, which are only players, not modders like us, they are giving so much energy to us, and it's kind of awesome.
Yeah, I will say it. Like, I'm very happy with the positive response that Dead for Mods and Left 4 Dead Nation has given us. Don't get me wrong, some people are critics here and there, but no, just overall, like, everyone has been super excited. Even some of my friends that were kind of bummed that I didn't tell them about this. But I was like, hey, man, I don't want to lose my position on this team. But they're excited, they're supportive, and it's just been great.
Hell yeah, guys. All right.
I'd also just like to shout out the rest of the team that didn't have a chance to be here for this interview, whether it's the QA guys like Wilson and Fails, I love you both, or, other members of the team that weren't present, like our scripting guys like Darut or Sui, or just everyone. You have the whole list. The entire team, like, all of them were
Rocky,
invaluable.
Salad, Corgi.
And the playtesters, too, because they found some stuff that we missed. So all you playtester guys, Prodigy, Permamist, Gents, like all you guys, just thank you for all your support and help.
Yeah, don't forget about my PR guys, Mittens and Zekrox.
There's just so many names.
Second teaser and the SFN animation in the trailer.
Absolutely.
Dr. House for your amazing voice and music.
C Shadu for being a meme.
Oh yeah, Shadu. Thanks,
Scout.
Shadu.
We love you, Shadu.
Scout, Wilson, Liege, my survival boys helping me out with survival QA and testing. It was very helpful. Vespertine for helping just kind of a little bit everywhere.
Oh, don't forget Darut and Rectus.
I already mentioned Darut, but yes, Rectus too. Rectus needs a shout out.
Oh, Zeke. Oh, okay. I want to say something. In Zeke, I know some people found out that he's having issues getting a house. The people that's donated to him, thank you so damn much.
Did you see Gabe Newell donated?
Yes. I was like, holy hell. I don't know if that's a real Gabe Newell. If that is,
I'm sure. Yeah,
amazing.
Probably is. It's $2,000.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But that was super awesome of you guys to actually help him out.
Yeah.
Whether it's the real Gabe Newell or not, either way, thank you. He needed the help.
Yeah. Super great, guys. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching. This is Letting Off Steam, the video game Valve podcast, where sometimes we interview cool people, and today was one of those times. Check out all of our coverage on the Last Stand update throughout the week. Tomorrow we have a live stream with Germa, Simple Flips, and we had it set with Joel Vinesauce. Joel had to drop out for a family thing, and so we got Desync, the Half-Life YouTuber, to take the fourth. Tomorrow, it's looking like sometime later in the evening, Eastern Standard Time, we'll be streaming together, Germa, Simple Flips, and Desync. Go check out the Valve News Network Twitch page, where we're all going to be seeing all of our first impressions on this update. And then we also have a new show called DevCom, which is short for Developer Commentary, that I'm going to be doing with some of these people, some of the people that are on the team that couldn't make it today, where we will be playing through major parts of the update, telling stories from development, yada, yada, yada. You should be seeing something like that either Friday. We're definitely going to be filming it Friday, but Friday it might come out Monday because of the editing. But thank you very much for watching. I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Valve News Network. Check out my Twitter page if you want to ask me any questions. My DMs on both Twitter and Discord are always open. Check out my Patreon page if you want to be able to support the content that I produce. Get your name in the credits at the end of videos and also get to watch stuff early. Or you can just purchase some merch. We have a limited time error mask. Make sure that you have Counter-Strike Source mounted and restart Gary's mod so you can see what it really looks like. That's pinned in the chat right now. And again, thank you very much for watching. I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Valve News Network. Have a good day. Anybody else want to say it? Anybody else want to say it?
Yes.
Thank you very much. All right. Bye, guys.
Like, comment, subscribe.